Do you struggle with stamping on your nails or your clients' nails? In this video, I will share 3 tips in order to get the perfect transfer on your nails or your clients' nails every time. So if you're wanting to see the tips in order to do this, then you're going to want to watch this video. So if you've watched any of my previous videos on stamping, you know Maniology is one of my favorites for stamping plates, stamping polishes, stampers, just a mix of so many good products. So I'll put the links for these down in the description so you can find them easily, the links. And I have a 10% off code. You can see that up on the screen. You can use that code to purchase these items or any items from their site. So let's take a look. I think first I'll show you the stamping polishes that they sent, and they're new arrivals. So this one, I don't have a nice brown, so I thought this would be perfect to have in my collection of stamping polishes from Maniology. And I have a whole lot of stamping polishes, let me tell you, and they are wonderful. They're my favorite of all the stamping polishes out there. And this one is called... it doesn't have the name on it, but I'll have the link below so you can find it. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful blue. And this one is called Bluebeam B536. And it's more of a royal blue. So pretty, right? Actually, I will show you here. You can definitely tell from the bottle the colors, but it's really nice. You can use this as an actual full color if you want, or you can use it for just stamping. And I did do a video where I used their actual stamping polishes on full nails or on the tip of nails for French nails. You can see that video in the top right hand corner. Watch that video if you're wanting to do that. And I will show you the brown, which I did not show you yet. It's a really nice brown, really earthy color, neutral. And I have one more in here to share. These are perfect spring colors, and I do not have teal green, and this is Frosty Cheer B534. It's really a nice one. And the stamping plates that I picked from the new arrivals, this one is Maniology M566, and I will bring it up close. So you know the Toile, either blankets or fine china dishes. Well, this is what this totally reminds me of. You can see the patterns. They're very similar to that, especially you can see it there. And I really wanted this for that reason, to be able to do some nails with a Toile look to them. And of course, there's the images on this side here as well, the small flower images and the butterfly. Looks like a bird there. Really a nice plate. And it does have a protective film, which I will be taking off after. You have to take that off in order to stamp. And the last plate before I start doing my nails with these products, this one is M548, and you can see there is some layered stamping on this one. I really like the kind of like a quartz look almost to them, so you can stamp with one color and then stamp with another. Same with all of these. I just thought it was kind of a cute plate. I don't have anything like this one. So now I'm going to get into the stamping on my nails and share with you those 3 tips. 3 tips that are so important in order to stamp correctly. And this is number 1. So what is really important about stamping is having everything you need to stamp and good quality products to stamp with. I find there is cheaper versions out there and they are not as good as some, and Maniology happens to be one of my favorite. They have really good quality stamping plates and stampers and polishes, and you can kind of get everything you need from them, which is really nice, and you're going to be able to stamp that much better when you have good quality products. So for example, they have this newer stamper. This one transfers really well, but the nice thing about this one is you can do larger images, you can do smaller images or normal size images with this stamper. And I have that video in the top right hand corner showing how to use this. So I will have the links for all of these products down below, and I do have a 10% off code for Maniology, so you can use that as well. So definitely you got to have good stampers. And another one from them, they have many different sizes, and this is a little rectangular one. It says Maniology, and these work really well for transferring too. So if you don't want to buy the bigger one that does the different sizes, you can go with something like this. They have round ones. You just can look on their site. There's a bunch of different ones. So I'll have these two down below. And then they have scrapers. You always need to have a scraper that you have to scrape with, obviously, in order to pick up the image. And Maniology also carries this, which is adorable. And this you don't necessarily need, but it's going to save you from making a mess everywhere when you're wiping off your stamping plates after you use them. And it has a little claw. You just put a cotton ball on, and then you can wipe the plates, and you're not going to have it all over your fingers then. So I definitely recommend getting something like this. This one is really cute. And you always need to have some type of lint roller. I just happen to use this one. I'm not sure if Maniology carries anything like this. If they do, I'll put it down below. And of course, then the most important is having good stamping plates. And this is the one I'll be using today. And this one I shared at the beginning, M566. And this is more of a fine china pattern type stamping plate, or a toile, I guess you could say. So I'm going to be doing that look today with this stamping plate. And really good polishes are also really important. And this one is from the beginning, Bluebeam B536. It's a really beautiful royal blue, which will be perfect for the fine china look or the toile, whatever you want to call it. And lastly, really important too, you need 100% acetone in order to wipe your stamping plates or around your skin at the end of your service to remove the stamp. And I do have it in a container too for using with the claw in order to pick it up. So that was tip number one. Very important. So let's begin stamping. So first things first, when you do apply your gel polishes, make sure before you start stamping, you wipe with some isopropyl alcohol. You don't want that sticky inhibition layer left behind. Some polishes don't have that, so you wouldn't have to wipe, but Daily Charms Milk Bath does. So want to wipe it so that the stamp will transfer really nice. And this, like I said, is the stamping plate I'm using today. So I've got to remove the blue film off it. So now I can show you a lot better. It's really a beautiful stamp. I love all of the patterns. I might use a few different ones off here, and they even have the little patterns off to the side, which are really nice. Make sure either you have a silicone mat, which I have here, or put some paper towel down so you don't make a mess of your desk when you're stamping. So I will be using this stamper, and I'm going to just take it off the base because I'm not making the stamp bigger or smaller. And this actually is what you use to do that. So I just need this part of it today. And of course I have this to clean off my stamper. Make sure you have everything ready to go. You do have to move pretty quickly with stamping. I do find Maniology stamping polishes give you a little more time than most, so you won't regret it that you stamp too late or you're cleaning up something and you get it on the image transferred and it's already dry and doesn't transfer nicely. So really important though, have everything ready to go so it's in arm's reach so that you can just grab it quickly and do the transfer. So of course, again, there's the polish. Now I got to figure out which one I'm going to be using for the pinky. I think for the pinky, we'll use this one right here. So number 2 for tips is the transfer of the image. So really important on when you're transferring the image that you put the polish down. And when you do that, I will show you. It's all in the scraping and the pickup. So the polish doesn't have to go across the whole image, but it does need to cover at least half so that you have enough polish. And then this is really important. This is part of number 2 is the scraping. So you want to have it at a 45-degree angle in order to scrape and remove all of the polish, but still have polish on the image. So I'm just going to scrape it and go over it a couple times. You can go this way if you like, but it's ready now. So I'm going to grab their stamper and rolling it. You just want to do a soft roll right across and see how good that transferred. And really quickly, now I'm going to put it down on the pinky before it dries too much. And then important on step 2 is the rolling of it. Make sure you roll it around the nail and pick it up. Do you see how well that transferred? So that is number 2 on my tips, is to scrape at a 45-degree angle and to roll it quickly over the image and then pick it up and roll it on the nail and to cover the sides of the nail, especially as you can see I did there. It's so nice. So I have one more tip in doing the stamping and I will explain that a bit later. So we'll just keep doing the images and transferring the different ones onto the nail. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab some acetone and I'll show you how good this works. And you just wipe it off. This is a very pigmented color, so you might have to do it, there we go, a couple times to get rid of all of it. So the next image I will be using, I'll just wipe this a little bit. I really like this pattern here, so I'll use this for my second one. I'm going to do the exact same thing, and of course, first of all, as you can see, I have some stamp left on there, so just roll it on here, and now it's all nice and clean, ready for the next one. Same thing again, I put it on halfway, I scrape it at a 45-degree angle, go across there if you'd like, roll it really quick and softly, and as you can see, look at how great that transferred. Now putting it on the nail, again rolling it across the nail, and I feel like I need a little more there, so I'm going to take some of the image and transfer it here, right, just to finish that, and that's perfect. Even a little bit more. So you can do that too. That wasn't the stamp's fault. That's just because I didn't go far enough to the side. But as you can see, that's a really, really good transfer again. So I'm moving on to the next one. First of all, I'm going to wipe this off. Got to have it ready. And then we're going to take the acetone again. clean up the mess. And I'm going to take some alcohol just to remove any of the fogginess. And I want to try for the middle one. I think I want to try this one. And we're going to add an image, one of these images to the middle after. But let's try that one on this one. Same thing again, halfway. And 45-degree angle. Pick it up. Now it's pretty good. So now I'm going to add the center image. So we're going to have to pick that. And I did grab another cotton ball on here because that other one is so covered. Just going to wipe this off. Let's bring it up here. I think I'm going to choose, there's a little bird here. I don't know if you can see that. We're going to put that in the middle. I'm going to scrape upwards so I don't get it on all the other ones, and then pick it up quick. Nice soft roll. And there's the bird. And we're going to stick it right in the middle of this. It's going to be cute. And there it is. See how well that transferred as well? That nail is done. Now I want to pick one of the other images. I think I want, for the next one, I think I'll do this one. So again, hopefully I'm not too repetitive, but halfway, scrape at 45-degree angle, cross the other way if you want, and then roll it softly right across the image, pick it up, and there it is. Now we'll just stamp this one on. Oh, I really like this image. It's very, very pretty. You can probably see that. And there's that one. Transferred really good. And now just the thumb to do. Definitely think this is probably one of my favorites. This one's really nice too. But we're going to do, let me see, which one should we do? I'm just going to wipe this with some isopropyl alcohol so you can see better. Let's do one we haven't done. Let's do this one on the thumb. Just making sure it's dry. Again, put the polish on, 45-degree angle. Scrape one way, and then if you can, scrape the other way. And then roll it softly. And then we're just going to stick it on the thumb and rolling it. And there it is. So of course they're not looking really beautiful right now with all that blue around my cuticles, but my last tip is do not remove any of the stamp on the skin until you've top coated. Now, I like to use a thicker top coat with my clients, but because I'm doing my own nails, I'm just going to put on a thinner top coat. And part of this tip also is do 2 coats of your top coat. So do 1 coat, cure it, and do a second coat, and then the stamp is going to last for the 3 or 4 weeks you're wearing them. So that's what I'm going to do. I was thinking about doing a matte top coat on these, but I think I might do shiny, and we'll see what they look like. So I'm just going to do that right now, and then we'll wipe away all the mess. So I tend to like using Magic Gel's Tackless Hyper Shine Top Coat because it goes over white and it doesn't yellow white in any way. So that's what we're going to use today. Again, I'll do 2 coats of it. And you want to make sure you get right to those edges, so when you do go wipe off any of the extra polish on the skin, it's not going to take away any of that polish on the nail, and you want to make sure it's sealed nicely so it doesn't also. So I'm going to cure that one, or I'll flash cure it, and then I'll move on to the next one. So now when wiping off all of the extra on the skin, make sure your top coat is cool because it'll stay shinier if you're putting acetone anywhere near it. So in general, a top coat will stay shinier if you give it a minute to cool off. And then I'm going to take some acetone, and I got to be really careful around it that I don't start rubbing into the nail and remove some of the image. So I'm going to put some acetone on, and we're going to, first of all, I'm just going to get rid of any extra I have on my hand and underneath, and then we'll go on to the top. Okay, now I'm going to start removing around the nail. I got to be a little careful, don't push into that nail too much, just along the edge. So you can see I pretty much have it all off, and of course my skin is looking a little dry because of using the acetone. Now I'm just going to take my file, and sometimes if it's not easy to remove, I'll just lightly buff along the nail, or the skin along the nail, not on the nail, and just remove any of the extra that I can't quite get off with the acetone. Most of the time polishes will come off, but this one is pretty pigmented. So there's the first one. How pretty is that? And of course my skin's looking a little dry. It will until I get some cuticle oil on there and some lotion. So there's the second one, and I'll just keep going, and I will be back once I have it removed off all of them to show you the finished nails. So here are the finished nails. What do you think? I love them. I love anything that looks like fine china. It's so pretty. I love the stamping plate and the polish, and I really hope this was helpful in helping you figure out how to stamp. Practice makes perfect, of course, but it should help you in how to transfer and pick up the image. And yeah, I hope in a general that you have good luck with stamping. I want to thank Maniology for sending me the stamping polishes and the stamping plates to share with you. Everything will be linked below with my coupon code. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see everybody in the next one.